Canadian judge might lose job over rape comment. What's up peeps, my name is Jared and this story is just straight up whack. A Canadian judge who made absolutely disgusting comments to a young woman during a rape trial may lose his job. Federal court judge Robin Kemp is currently in the middle of a week-long judicial council hearing which will determine if the jerk should be fired or not. Kemp was promoted to federal court judge last year, however the case in question happened back in 2014 when Kemp was a provincial court judge. The case involved a 19-year-old woman whose identity has remained confidential. She claims she had been raped over a bathroom sink while at a house party by Alexander Waga. During the trial, Kemp asked the victim, "Why couldn't you just keep your knees together? Why didn't you just sink your bottom down into the basin so he couldn't penetrate you?" He then went on to say, "Young women want to have sex, particularly if they're drunk. Some sex and pain sometimes go together, and that's not necessarily a bad thing." Bro, are you kidding me? You're literally blaming a girl for getting raped at a house party. Like, what kind of person are you? To make matters even worse, Kemp acquitted Waga of the rape charge. However, the woman appealed the ruling, which has since been overturned. Waga is due for a second trial in November of this year. The investigation into Kemp's comments started in November of 2015 after 4 law professors filed complaints in regards to his comments. Soon after, the public also started filing complaints, which I don't blame them because who says what this man said? The victim also went on record telling CBC, I quote, "He made me feel like I should have done something, like I was some kind of slut. So, good job, judge. You just shamed a rape victim for getting raped." And to add the cherry on top, Kemp's own daughter, Lauren Kemp, is also a rape victim, and she testified that her father's comments were disgraceful. However, she still stands by her father. Lauren believes that even though her father is old-fashioned in some ways, he is not an inherent or dedicated sexist. Since the incident, the 64-year-old judge has apologized, calling his comments rude and insulting, and has undergone sensitivity training and apologized publicly several times. A notice of response from the Judicial Council reads, "Kemp has undergone counseling and training with the Superior Court of Justice, with a psychologist and with an expert on the law of sexual assault, with a view to interrogating his beliefs and improving his understanding of the law, the social context of sexual violence, and the psychological impact of sexual assault." The final verdict as to whether Kemp will keep his position will be determined within the next week or so, but in his defense, Kemp said his comments were due to a non-existent knowledge of Canadian criminal law. The South African-born judge said he didn't receive training on sexual assault cases. In his legal career, he focused mostly on contract and bankruptcy cases. "My colleagues knew my knowledge of Canadian law was very minimal. It was non-existent. Please remember, I wasn't in the country through the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. Regardless of the outcome, it's sickening to know that the incident happened in the first place. Rape in general is a very serious crime, and under no circumstances should it be brushed off, as it seems to have been in this case. Thankfully, there will be a second trial, however, it shouldn't have gotten to this point in the first place. Rape victims not only have to deal with the attack itself, but also the trauma that comes afterwards. It is a very serious topic, and it is important to make rape victims know being raped is not their fault. The fact that Judge Kemp made it seem that way, even if it wasn't his intentions, truly is despicable, and because of this, I certainly hope he doesn't get his job back. But that's just how I feel. Anyways guys, I'm Jared from IO. If you think Kemp should keep his job or lose his job, let me know why in the comments section below. I'll see you guys later.